Book 8, Conversation 3, Lesson 22, the third conversation of that lesson. First question. If next week, sorry, I read that one. First question, describe an unforgettable scene from a movie you've seen. Answer. Well, there are many beautiful scenes. There is a scene in Chaplin of the movie called The Kid, that I think it's beautiful, beautiful. So the idea is Chaplin found a kid on the street when the kid was a baby, and Chaplin raised the kid. So times passes, and I think by now the kid is already 7 years old. And the personality of Chaplin in the movies, right? He's always running away from fights, and he runs away from the police because he lives on the street, he doesn't have a job and things like that. But in this movie he has a very poor house, in the attic of a house. He lives there with his son. And suddenly a doctor comes because his son is sick, and the doctor realizes that the son doesn't have a mother, and Chaplin is not the real father. So they want to take the kid to a home for kids, to an orphanage. And so there is this scene that the guy from the orphanage comes with a helper, and the doctor are there, and then they try to take the kid away from Chaplin, and Chaplin doesn't allow them to do so, and they call the police, and then you will expect that Chaplin is going to back off, and he doesn't. He fights very bravely for the kid. It's a beautiful scene. You have to watch it. You do have to watch it. Because the three of them managed to take the kid from Chaplin, and Chaplin starts running. He climbs to the top of the roof, and then he starts running from one house into the other until he can actually catch up to the truck that was taking the kid away, and he is able to rescue the kid. It's a beautiful scene. Another wonderful scene, in my opinion, is the first scene of King Lion, the animated movie. I think it's a beautiful scene as well. And of course there are many, many others. Next question. Tell me about the memories you have of your first girlfriend. Ooh, that's a very nice question, right? Answer. My first girlfriend, I think, wow, what kind of questions she is asking us, right? My first girlfriend was called Patricia, a girlfriend, right? Not just a date. And I remember, well, this is a hard question to answer, right? Memories I have. Well, I remember we used to walk a lot because we used to go to different churches. At that time I was very religious. I met her in her church, and I remember she would laugh all the time, and I remember our first date. I was extremely nervous, and before the date I had my brother's support telling me that everything was going to work out fine. And many other memories that I don't think it's important to share here. Right? Next question. If you were a tourist in Curitiba, if I were a tourist in Curitiba, what would you suggest that I do to get the taste of the local life? Answer. Well, I would suggest you to go to the nearby museum, of course, to go to the green parks we have here, so Tanguá Park, Barigui Park, those places, Wire Opera House, the regular things. I would suggest you to take that bus, that green bus, double-decker green bus, and I suggest that you take a Sunday, stop at many parks, and things like that. I would also, if it possible, I would suggest you to go to Bar do Alemão, which I think it's a very nice place to go. You can go with your family, and the food there is pretty good, right? What else could you do here? And then, of course, as usual, to one or two of our shopping malls, right? But I would suggest you to go to Palladium Mall, maybe, because it's very spacious. I like it. And Jockey Mall, Jockey Plaza Mall, that is nice as well. Okay, next question. What's your favorite cafe in Curitiba and why? Answer. Well, I believe my favorite cafe is Café Mafalda. It's a cafe, I think it's behind Guaíra Theater. And it's a pretty good place. It's very cozy, very comfortable there. It's very nice to take a bunch of friends, to talk, to have a cup of coffee. It's a nice place. But it's been, I don't know, centuries I haven't been there. Next question. Tell me about a time when you were disappointed with something. Oh yeah, I have a good one. I was disappointed with there is this movie director, American movie director called Jim Jarmusch, I think, Jim Jarmusch. And I've been following his movies, and he has been becoming better and better. One of his movies is called Broken Flowers, and it's a beautiful, beautiful, deep movie. And the other movie, oh my god, I don't believe I will forget this movie, Paddington. Sorry if I have to Jim Jarmusch. So there is this beautiful movie called Broken Flowers, Patterson. And then he made another movie that's, in my opinion, as good as Broken Flowers, that is Only Lovers Left Alive. And then he got to the point, 2016 movie, that is called Patterson. In my opinion, it's a piece of art. It's his, most fantastic movie. Very, very sensitive, very deep, right? And then, now in 2019, he released a movie called The Dead Don't Die. The Dead Don't Die. And even though I think he still continues to be, what he is, a great movie director, he committed very bad mistakes in this last movie. And then the movie was not a must, an absolute must, as Patterson was, as Broken Flowers was, but it was just a shoot movie, and I was pretty disappointed. Some other movie directors have done the same. There's another guy called Mascarenhas, if I'm not wrong, a Brazilian guy, and he made a movie called Boi Neon, and it's a fantastic movie. Before that, Boi Neon, it's a fantastic movie. And before that, he had Gabriel Mascaro. Sorry, it's not Mascarenhas. And before that, he had made a movie called Ventos de Agosto. That was pretty good as well. So Ventos de Agosto was very good, and then Boi Neon was fantastic. And then in 2019 as well, a year of disappointment in cinema, he released a movie called Divino Amor. and then in his case it wasn't even a should, it's not even a may movie, it was a don't movie, you know. I was shocked, you know, but enough of cinema, okay. Next question, what are some famous symbols of America? Answer, well, it's very important to mention the American eagle, the bald eagle, right? It represents the power of America, right? Uncle Sam, I think it's important as well. The Statue of Liberty is a very important symbol. World Trade Center was a very important symbol, right? It represented the financial power of America. And of course now they have the new tower, right? And of course we have people who are great symbols, right? The actors, some of the movie directors, some authors as well, right? Next question, what is your vision of Curitiba 50 years from now? Wow. My vision of Curitiba 50 years from now. I think Curitiba is going to be well, I really hope we can improve, you know, safety issues, because if we can't, then Curitiba and the metropolitan region, you know, are going to be something pretty dangerous, right? So the condos maybe will become more and more popular, right? So people can, you know, hide in condos. And I think the price of lots and houses in condos will increase because of that. And of course people will less and less shop on the streets. I remember when I was young, one of the fun things my mother liked to do was to take us to Kinsey Street, and then we would walk there. Now with the big shopping malls we feel protected, right? Of course that's if we go to the wrong direction, alright? If we go to the bad direction. Now if we can improve safety, then Curitiba will continue to be this excellent city it is, one of the best in Brazil, maybe the best in Brazil, right? And I hope this is the direction we are going.